What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the recording. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday, 4th of July here in the United States. I'll probably do at least 3 videos today. Probably keep it kind of light, but I hope you're having a good day. Nonetheless, it looks like Miss AH is not having an awesome day. It's suboptimal, probably, as reports of a secret meeting to beg Mr. JD to have the amount she has to pay lowered backfires, and then her legal team has gone out of their way to go after a juror to try and really exploit this loophole to try and get out of having to pay. I don't know exactly how they thought all this was going to work out, but let's take a look at the story. By the way, today, Coffee Brand Coffee is having a 4th of July sale. Everything is available on the 4th. I would love for you to stop by and check out one of my 6 delicious coffee blends, 3 hot cocos. Right now, we've got these cold brew bags, which are absolutely amazing for the summertime. Nice, relaxing drink. You can see 45 5-star reviews on that. We've got starter kits. Now, also 6 actually, organic teas that we have. Organic loose leaf tea. So if you're a fan of tea, please think about maybe stopping by today using the link in the description, picking some up. Now, let's start with the first part of this story. She secretly meet with JD to ask for a reduction of the $10 million debt. We already know everything that happened in terms of the trial, so I'm not going to rehash any of that. But interestingly, according to super hard-hitting news agency, elnaconical.cat, the model requested a meeting with JD for a renegotiation of the debt. The meeting took place in private, and what she specifically asked for was a reduction of the $10.35 million that the jury had ordered her to pay. However, the actress could not reach an agreement, so she immediately asked her teams to accelerate the process of appealing the trial. Now, if this actually happened, it was probably at the court that day when they had just a few seconds left before the verdict was finalized to try and negotiate a settlement. If it happened, that's where it happened. I highly doubt they met in private to then ask for that to be reduced, because why wouldn't you have just said that given them an opportunity to settle? But again, there are many sites here that are just getting a lot of press out of just making stuff up out of thin air. Now, I can't say for sure that it didn't happen, but I can say that I've never heard of that website before. So that's a fact. Also, now, as they get desperate, they have tried now to exercise this loophole, I guess, that there was a typo, or that the one particular juror's age was off by a year or something like that. So they want the entire verdict thrown out, which of course is not going to happen. You see this on ABC News, a little more reputable, not exactly awesome. So her lawyers have asked for the judge to throw out the $10.35 million verdict against her via a loophole. Her lawyers have asked the judge to throw it out, arguing that the verdict was not supported by the evidence and that one of the jurors may not have been properly vetted by the court. Oh, here we go. It's everybody else's fault. In the post-trial motion filed Friday, her attorneys claim that the jury's June 1st award of $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages are excessive and indefensible. They asked that the judge set aside the verdict and dismiss his lawsuit and order a new trial, a trial that she most certainly could not afford, a trial that more than a few YouTube channels would absolutely love to happen again. More power to you. Get your money. It's getting a little hilarious in some cases, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Content is content. Go get your money. Immediately after the verdict, the judge reduced the compensatory damages. Now, of course, we all know about the lawsuit. Now, here's the interesting thing. In their post-trial motions, her legal team has now argued that to find actual malice, JD would have had to show that at the time her article was published, she did not believe that she had been on the receiving end of bad behavior. Essentially that, well, you have to prove an unprovable thing, that she actually didn't believe that she was on the receiving of anything bad. Instead, quote, the evidence overwhelmingly supported Miss A.H. I don't think so. That she believed she was on the receiving end of bad behavior, her lawyer say in their motion. Her lawyers also asked the judge to investigate, quote, potential improper juror service, claiming that one of the jurors who was chosen to serve on the jury was listed as being born in 1945 in the documents given to the attorneys before the selection process, but is listed as being born in 1970 in publicly available information. Oh no! This discrepancy raises the question of whether Juror 15 actually received a summons for jury duty and was properly vetted by the court to serve on the jury. Now, I don't know about you, but in general, if I'm looking at somebody and they were born in 1945, which was probably a typo, okay, because that would make them 87. I mean, it's not impossible, but it would make them almost 90 years old. I'm pretty sure I could tell the difference looking at somebody who's almost 90 years old versus somebody who is 52. I'm assuming, based on like what I remember of seeing some of the pictures of people in the jury, I don't think there was anyone who's nearly 100 years old. It was probably just a typo, and 1970 was probably clearly the date. Now, in some ways, the trial was a replay of everything that happened in the UK, but of course, we have different laws here in the United States. I don't think that you're going to get this overturned on a technicality. I don't think that the judge, I mean, let's say hypothetically, the person was 90 or whatever, 87 or something, 88, or 50 in their 50s, 52. What difference does that make? Does that change any of the facts? No. Does it change any of the testimony that happened? No. Did it change any of the depositions, all this stuff that happened? No. Does it change the evidence? No. Does it change the way somebody necessarily views the evidence? No. So I think that this is, desperation is a stinky cologne, and that's basically exactly what this is. It's a kind of a Hail Mary desperation attempt by her legal team to try and get the thing tossed out. Now, look, they wouldn't be making their money. They wouldn't be earning their money if they didn't also try every conceivable way to get out of it. That said, for somebody who cannot afford the $10.35 million judgment against them, was 8 actually after the 2 difference, I'm not sure I would be wasting all my money trying to go after 1 in a million loophole shots. They claim that the trial juror's age was wrong in court records. That's not going to get this tossed. Now, let's say hypothetically it was like an actual wrong person, like somebody had actually infiltrated the trial, sat on the jury, and had assumed somebody else's identity. I suppose that would be one interesting scenario where you would likely maybe have a conversation around a mistrial or something of that nature. Lord knows I don't want to see another 6-week trial of this garbage. I think everyone's over it. I think that the right decision was made, or the correct decision was made. And look, let's not forget that, he gave her, $7 million in a divorce settlement. She could simply back out of her charitable donation. I'm sorry, charitable, what's the exact word? Promise, her promissory note for charity. Could back out of that, pay the money that is owed, and move on with their life. Now, she had every chance within reason probably to settle this and get out of it. But, I have a hard time feeling bad for her because it was her lies, at least according to the jury, her lies that led to him losing. First of all, we know for a fact that her lies led to him losing the Grindelwald movie, right? This is an undeniable fact. Now, he did get paid for it, but I don't know if he lost back-end revenue or some of that nature, or, some of that stuff. We also can be reasonably sure, I think I can be reasonably sure, that he lost the Pirates of the Caribbean movie and future movies. The idea that the reason those movies were dwindling was because of Johnny is absurd. That's not true. Now it could be, franchise fatigue. If there was a new movie coming out this year, I'm sure it would do very, very well given all the worldwide press. So no, I don't think that this is going to change anything. And if anything, her legal team also would be implicated in not doing their due diligence, wouldn't it? If you made it to the end of this video, I really thank you all for tuning in on this holiday. If you haven't yet, please do click that red subscribe button down below the video. If you enjoy the videos, I would really appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone who's supporting Coffee Brand Coffee. It's been an amazing ride, and we're working hard to continue to bring you more value. We've got K-Cups on the way. In like 6 weeks, they'll be here. We've got all sorts of other stuff going on, so stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.